Hey guys, I am so thrilled to be here today. My name is Tammy Anderson Ward, and I'm the conference producer with the Energy Healing Conference. And I wanted to jump on today because I have some, just some thoughts to kind of recap and wrap up the event that we did last weekend. I can't believe that it's been an entire week. It's so crazy. But I wanted to just share a few of the things that came to my mind. First of all, some of you who were there, you may have really noticed that there was a huge assortment of not just classes, but also vendors that you could go to. And that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on about the Energy Healing Conference is that it's not just for one type of person. All different types of people join in to the Energy Healing Conference. And if there's not a class that you're interested in at that particular hour or that particular track, it's a great opportunity to go into the vendor hall and you can try out different services or look at and learn about different products. You can do some shopping, and there's so many assortment of crystals and jewelry and unique gift ideas and just so many fun things. So that's the thing about it is like people will say, why is it like from the early in the morning till later in the day? Or why is it, you know, this 2-day event, right, in the summer? And the reason why is because we really want people to be able to have options and choices. We don't ever want you to be stuck in a keynote that you think is boring or a class that you have to go to. It is all about choices. So you get to customize your own experience. So now for those of you who have been to one, now you know why there are people that will go back again and again and again, right? It's like if you go one time, that's not it. There's so many different options and choices and opportunities for you. But even above the classes and the vendors, one of the things that a lot of people commented to me that they personally experienced was that energy, the consciousness or the collective, right, of people who are coming together to learn about energy healing and also how to better themselves, and just people who have like mind. So the comment that I've gotten is like, oh, I'm not the only weird one. People will say the weird one, right? I'm not the only one who thinks like this, or I'm not the only one who's interested in learning about this. And definitely not. In fact, when we started doing these conferences back in 2014, I think that was even more of a common thought. But now you can go, there's yoga studios that are all over the place. You can find acupuncturists or holistic health offices all over. We've traveled in Montana and Arizona, now recently Baltimore, in San Diego. The offices are everywhere. And I love that people are looking for options. People are looking for real solutions for not just their emotional and their physical, but like the whole gamut of us. And they're looking for community. And that's what these conferences offer. So whether you're just joining us online or in person at our events, we just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of our energy healing family or our energy healing community, however that feels good to you. Good morning, Gentry. And it was so lovely to meet you as well. So fun to get to follow you and meet you or online first, and then get to meet you in person and give you a big hug. That was just so much fun for me. And I really do cherish community, and people have asked me like, why is community so important to you? So I just want to share a little bit from my heart today. I have been through some mental challenges in the past where I did isolate myself. I had my 18-year-old son, when he was just a baby, he had RSV, and he got double pneumonia at the same time, and he was really sick. And I became what some people might term as a germaphobe. And I was so scared to be around people. And so we didn't leave our house. In fact, I homeschooled my kids, and we kind of became a little bit of a hermit in a sense, but in probably an unhealthier way, right? We were just really afraid to leave. And I had that isolation. I had that lack of community, and it sucked, for lack of a better term. It was lonely and I hated it. So now, having come out of that, I just appreciate being able to just see people face to face and have that human connection even more. And, now we're like post 2020. And I just have to say that I appreciate that community and that sense of friendship and belonging so much more. So, anyway, I would love to invite you, if you're watching this either on the live or the replay, I invite you to maybe comment one or two of the highlights for you, the positive experiences that you personally had at the Energy Healing Conference, maybe this last time, or if you weren't able to attend this last time from a previous Energy Healing Conference. Some of the highlights in the vendor hall, places that were super, super packed, was Mike Shirtlift's corner booth that he had multiple Aura cameras set up, including so many different crystals. And he was so generous with when people would come by talking about, what he's seeing in their Aura camera. He's taught how to decipher and how to be able to say what he's seeing there. And so that's kind of fun. Also, Taylor Cooper, he had the cacao blend. It's blended with a variety of different types of mushrooms. And every single time I would go over to his booth, he would have this huge crowd around him. And so that was really fun to be able to see that. Of course, all of the crystal booths were packed every single time. I've had several people say you didn't have enough crystal booths there. And although some of them had like 5 or 6 tables, just so much fun there. I taught 6 total times at the conference. And that was really fun for me because I love teaching and I love interacting and I love seeing people experience the ability to be able to feel energy in whether it's at an energy ball or holding hands or doing other things with the person that's near them or around them. It was just so much fun for me to be able to see that. So I taught 3 classes on energy healing for beginners. And then I also taught 3 classes for helping the helpers, which is basically marketing classes or collaboration efforts. And I appreciated every single person who came to my class. Thank you so much. I know it was a hard choice to know exactly where to go because there was over 170 vendor spots, right, at this conference. And then in addition to that, we also had 3 to 5 classes per track that you could choose to go. And that was over a 2-day period. I met a CEO Friday morning who found out about our conferences on Facebook, traveled in from Toronto. She said it was a huge treat. And I loved having her be a part of that. She said, thank you for having these. It was kind of cool to know right out the gate that it was an international event. I also met a couple of people from New Zealand, Mexico, the UK, and Toronto. So those are some of the countries that I met people from. And yeah, it was huge. Thank you so much, Linda. She says, I felt like a kid in a candy store. It was so much fun. Thank you for providing this amazing space to work face to face. I never tire of the aha moments when a client gets how powerful they truly are. I love that. Yes, Linda, I love that. That's awesome. In addition to the people that traveled internationally I got to meet people from my neighborhood, which was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, you literally live down the street from me. And we didn't know that. So that was fun to be able to meet people right here in my area. And then also people who flew in from Illinois, Texas, let's see, Arizona, California, Montana, Washington. I mean, mostly on the West Coast, right? But also kind of the Midwest too. So that was kind of fun, and a few from the East Coast. So thank you guys so much for such an amazing event. If you haven't seen any of the pictures, you can look at the photos right on our Facebook page. We actually uploaded a huge album with over 100 photos. You can also go ahead and look at some of the reels that we recently posted, both on our Instagram and also our Facebook. Lots of pictures and videos there as well. And thank you to my staff for supporting this event. Our lives have all been a little bit imbalanced because we've been working so much. in preparation. And we're about ready to disconnect just a little bit so that we can go in the mountains and get some nature time as well, so we can kind of get rebalanced. But I do want to let you guys know about a few offerings that are coming up. If you attended my classes, you probably already heard about some of the classes that are going to be starting. I'm going to go ahead and post a link for the first one. This is for the Energy Healing for Beginners, and that is for people who are just getting into this, who would like to learn more, but from a beginner's standpoint. I've also had people who have been doing energy healing for decades join into that class and say that it was very helpful because they got the basics. If you consider yourself a more secular person, you're going to feel completely comfortable in this class as well. I do a very universal class, so it doesn't matter your background, you're going to be able to get the information and connect. The next class that I wanted to share with you is for professionals who are looking to expand their clientele so they can help more people. And this particular class is called Intuitive Business Growth. So you can click on both of these links and learn more. The conference pricing is extended through this coming Sunday because we do have room for just a few more spots. I believe there's 15 spots left on the Intuitive Business Growth, and then about 20 spots left on the Energy Healing for Beginners. So I've been teaching and mentoring both of these classes since 2015, and I would love to have you guys join in if that's of interest to you. The Energy Healing for Beginners class is about $47, so it's super affordable, and we just really appreciate you there. So Linda, it looks like you just commented that you're from Nevada. That's cool. I love knowing that there's also people coming in from Nevada as well. Gentry says, the energy at the few conferences I have been that I have attended is so high vibe. It's like being in a different realm, not in the 3D. I love that. All the classes I have attended were so fun and informative. I gained so much new knowledge, saw so many friends there I haven't seen in a while. Great time. Highly recommend anytime. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience as well. That's so appreciated. I've had a few people ask about what is next for us. So we do have those 2 mentoring classes that I just talked about. We'll start those July 18th and then July 19th. And then we will also be having some more live events also start up again later this year. So September 30th is Logan, Utah. October, we'll be doing Pocatello, Idaho. October 28th, we'll be back in the Salt Lake City area. That's in Sandy, Utah. November 11th, we will be in St. George, Utah. And the St. George one typically has people come from about 8 states around. So that's a huge one as well. Let's see, we'll be going to Phoenix, Arizona, December 9th. And January 27th, we'll be in Layton, Utah. And then we are also looking at doing Boise, Idaho next March. So if you are looking at any of these areas, or if you like to travel in because you like to keep learning, having that continued education, I highly recommend it. We're bringing in all kinds of experts. If you yourself are thinking that you might like to maybe speak at a future conference, please feel free to apply to speak right on our website. At the very top of the tabs across the top, there's a page there that says to apply to speak. It's also at the bottom down in our footer of our homepage, or you can send me a message. So this is my private email. I'm going to put up on the screen for you. So if you yourself would like to ask any questions, if you are interested in volunteering at a future event, you would like to know how to get on our vendor list, anything like that, I can answer those questions for you. Right now, I have about 400 emails. So I'm literally going through 400 new emails. So I'm going through and messaging people. I'm doing that clear through till 5 o'clock today. So if you don't hear back from me by 5 o'clock, go ahead and send me another message, but I am very responsive to those emails as well. Another shout out to all of our speakers and supporters of this last event. Anybody who was a vendor or a speaker, you guys helped to pay for the production costs of this event. And I would like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really greatly appreciate it. Let's see, Jeff just said, I can't remember Taylor Cooper's company. I forgot to get a bag. I know, right? Let's see. I just barely texted him and said, I need some stuff from you. He's got this blend called the Brain Blend, which is just phenomenal. And I personally got a bag from him a couple months ago and was so impressed with it that I was going to get some more. So let me see what the name of his company is because I cannot remember the exact name. I know I should probably have everybody's memorized, but honestly, there was a lot. So, Jeff, I'll see if I can message you the name of that. I'll find out the name of that for you. But I would love to work with any of you, whether it's for the energy healing or for the intuitive business growth class. Let me know if you're interested in that. The prices are priced just right, or if you would like to attend an upcoming event. It looks like I also might be doing an incredible experience with people up in Park City or the Bear Lake area. So if you would like to join in for a big retreat, let me know. All right, thanks you guys, and we'll see you next time. I appreciate you so much. Take care now.